Hello. I can always tell how I am doing by the music that I'm listening to. So this week I have found that my musical choices have been that of quiet and reflective meditation, which means that I'm at a stressful place that can't handle any other noise, like words or even heavy beats. So my soul and my mind are a little bit stressed at the moment, but it's always good to reflect on that and to see where I'm at and then take a deep breath and figure out where I can find some pause in my day or some stillness to be able to recenter myself. So I have been doing a lot of reflection on my calling and where I am specifically right now. So I've always felt called to become a pastor, but what I'm realizing is that call looks can look a lot of different ways. Some of those ways are, really in a church ministry, working with a certain type of congregation. And what I'm also finding out is that pastor can mean having a heart for different people. And so, where I find myself in this moment is that while my heart is in the church, my heart is really for people who don't know what the church should look like, that are disenfranchised with how the church is, especially right now in our political climate that we have and the way that Christians are portraying themselves. And so I'm finding that my calling really is to be able to bridge that gap between people and the church, to be able to offer that safe place for people to come and to know that all Christians aren't pushing this agenda, but there are Christians who are really seeking out this deep faith. And that deep faith with God really is about love, about loving God and loving others. And so I'm finding that as I'm reflecting on my calling and what it looks like, that that's the direction that my calling is going, is really for the unchurched, the people who are really disenfranchised with Christians today and the church of today. And so trying to figure out what that means for me. What does that look like for me? Um, so two things that are my takeaways this far in the quarter. First of all, is that your calling is something that you should always be reflecting on, that you should always be listening to, because it's a journey, and it could be changing, and it could be leading in a different direction or just a further direction than you thought possible. So to always be constantly in check with that and making sure that you're reflecting on that to see where it's taking you and if you're still on the right call that you feel. And then also that self care piece for longevity. And so, really, what does self care mean for me? Well, for me, it's taking time away, it's refueling, it's recharging, it's reading material that speaks to me spiritually. Journaling and writing things down. And so those spiritual disciplines have really been important to me this quarter and trying to figure out what really works for me. So that's my check in for the quarter. And I look forward to hearing your comments and also being able to reflect on what you are providing on those topics as well.